What's up, guys? Back again with another UFC Fight Picks video, and this time it's gonna be on the UFC Fight Night card, Lewis versus Hunt. And yeah, it's gonna be all about the Fight Pass prelims here. We got two fights. Let's go ahead and get started here. So first fight of the night, guys, we got Dong Hyun Kim, not the welterweight. This is the lightweight, the Maestro versus Thibaut Gotti. Go ahead and open up their pages real quick so you guys get some quick info on them. Okay, loading up. Alright, so here we go. 28 years old, so still pretty young. Well rounded is a summary. He's coming off a win against Brandon O'Reilly. Yeah, pretty much just won by decision there. Had some takedowns, lots of passes. Usually, as you can see, his last fights in the UFC, he was kind of just banging shit out. He was just keeping pretty much the fight on the feet most of the time on those fights. Against Polo Reyes, he was still able to land 2 takedowns on him, but you know, he got finished in that 3rd round. That was just pretty much a slugfest. I recommend you guys watch that fight. It's a pretty fun fight. Both those guys are just going at it. Let's see what else we got here. This guy is a judo black belt, as you guys can see right here. 1st degree black belt in judo. 6 wins by knockout, 5 by submission. He has 1 triangle win, a guillotine, and 3 rear naked chokes, and 8 first round finishes. So yeah, this guy's kind of like just like a grappler, but he will strike also, but he's more of a grappler, I would say. And we got Thibaut Gotti here. This guy's all about the striking. Cool fucking nickname, GT. Striking, mental game, and intelligence. He's gonna have a 2-inch reach advantage here. Yeah, this guy's lost all his fucking fights in the UFC, so I mean, he is the underdog for good reason. He's been finished in all 3 of his last UFC fights. So yeah, it's not looking too good for this guy. In his last fight, he just got knocked out in the 1st round. Before that, against Oliver Alben Mercier, got tapped out in the 3rd round, and against Teemu Packalén, got tapped out in the 1st round. So this guy's just getting, you know, he's just getting finished left and right. I mean, he was actually undefeated, guys, before coming into the UFC. He was 11-0, and now with those 3 losses, he's now 11-3. So yeah, this guy's pretty much all about his striking, but he also has some wins by submission, as you guys can see right here. 6 wins by submission, an anaconda choke, a 4 rear naked chokes, and a triangle. But he's more of just of a striker, pretty much, though. He doesn't really look to grapple in the fights. He's more of just keeping it on the feet and, you know, using his striking against you. So yeah, both these guys could strike, but obviously the better grappler here is Dong Hyun Kim with that judo black belt background. And another thing to know here is Gotti here. His takedown defense isn't that good, and I could see Dong Hyun Kim here just pretty much taking it to the ground, just kind of working him on the ground, just kind of like how he did to Brandon O'Reilly, possibly even getting a late finish. Because Gotti here has been getting finished in all his UFC fights, or Kim just winning by decision. But the safe bet here is Kim probably wins by decision. And if I had to bet it, I would say, yeah, the fight's probably going to go to decision. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Kim here, and I think he wins by decision. Next fight and featured fight on the Fight Pass prelims, we got J.J. Aldrich versus Chan Mi Jeon. Go ahead and open up their page real quick. As you can see there, Chan is making her UFC debut, and this is a fight at strawweight. We got JJ Aldrich here. She's all about her striking, very young fighter, 4-2 record, coming off a loss to Jeon Lima. But I mean, Lima was ranked in the top 15, and I think Aldrich took that fight on short notice. So you know, you can't take anything away from her pretty much for taking that fight. Or for losing the fight, actually. 2 wins by knockout, both in the 1st round. So obviously this girl can pack some power. When I was watching the fight, they were saying that she has a taekwondo background, or maybe she has like a belt in taekwondo or something like that. So obviously, you know, she has that type of background in striking. Doesn't really look to use too much kicks though, from what I saw in that fight anyway, against Jeon Lima. Chan Mi Jeon here, 5-0 record. Summary is multi and striking. The youngest fighter in the UFC roster, guys. She's 19 years old. She's also going to have a 2-inch reach advantage. There it is right there. Youngest fighter on the current UFC roster. 3 finishes in under a minute, 4 first round finishes, 4 wins by knockout. She has 1 win by submission. We got here blue belt and BJJ, comma champion or multi, 16 and 14, and then 2 record. I guess that's in multi right there. 10 wins by knockout. Beat flyweight champion, reigning all FC flyweight champ. All right, so yeah, pretty much this girl is a striker and has a lot of knockout power, and she's very young. Now is Aldrich's, better experience and age gonna help her in the fight? I mean, possibly. I mean, she is the favorite here. She's pretty much 2-1 favorite here, and I want to say, Aldrich is the more seasoned fighter, even though she only has a fight less, or one fight more, I mean, than Jeon here. But Chan here, she got that knockout power, man. She seems to be very aggressive. From what I see too much in her tape, I mean, I didn't see anything that really stands out to me too much. But I mean, she looks like she goes out to bang, and obviously has that power. So I mean, for me, on DraftKings, I'm gonna play her just cause fuck it. She's gonna be a cheap play on DraftKings. She could potentially get a knockout. I mean, most of her wins are by finish, and also in the first round. So we know Chan has knockout power. Both these girls are strikers. We know this fight's going to be on the feed. So for DraftKings, I think Chan here is a good pump play who also has a chance to win the fight. So yeah, as far as DraftKings, guys, I'm going to pick Chan. As a realistic pick, you kind of want to pick Aldrich, but I actually do think Chan could get it done. So I'm picking Chan to win the fight as my official pick. Mostly because I am going to use her on DraftKings, and I don't want to just, like go back and forth there with the pick. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Chan, and I think she could get maybe like a late finish, or maybe just a decision win. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I don't know. Both these girls are tough, man. It's gonna be hard to knock out Aldrich. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Chan gets a win by decision, guys. But it's gonna be a good fight. Both of them are gonna be banging. It's gonna be a slugfest. Should be a fun fight. So stay tuned for that fight, guys. On Saturday, it's gonna be a fun fight. So yeah, Chan by decision. So that's gonna be it, guys, for the fights or my picks on the UFC Fight Pass prelims. Only 2 fights, so that kind of sucks. But fuck it, we got the FS1 prelims and the FS1 main card. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for my picks. I got Kim by decision and Jeon by decision also. All right, guys, so that's gonna be it. Subscribe for more videos, more content. I do these UFC fight pick videos every time there's a UFC card. And yeah, not much else to say. So thanks for watching, and catch you guys on the next one.